Most people picture Denmark as the land of Lego and Little Mermaids, but what if I told you there's a Viking tradition involving cinnamon, a monarchy older than 1,000 years and harbors so clean you can swim in the capital? Welcome to the real Denmark, where bikes outnumber cars, pigs outnumber people, and the pursuit of happiness is practically a national sport. Dive in as we uncover 16 remarkable facts that make Denmark truly one of a kind. Unfortunately, I don't have endless video footage from Denmark, so many of the scenes in this video will be illustrated with photos instead. If you notice any mistakes, whether in the visuals, facts, or even my pronunciation, I warmly welcome your corrections and suggestions in the comments, and I always respond to every message. Fact 1. The happiest country on earth. Ask anyone about the secret to Danish happiness, and you'll likely get a modest smile and a shrug. Because for Denmark, happiness isn't about flashy luxury or wild parties, but about everyday contentment. Year after year, Denmark ranks at or near the top of the United Nations World Happiness Report, consistently competing for the world's happiest nation.
This isn't a coincidence or clever marketing. Danes enjoy a famously high quality of life supported by a robust social welfare system, comprehensive healthcare, free education, and generous parental leave.
Add to this a widespread belief in equality, best embodied in the unwritten Danish law of Janteloven, which gently reminds everyone not to think of themselves as better than anyone else. This mentality helps foster an inclusive and unpretentious society, where social trust is sky high and even politicians cycle to work. There's a reason many foreigners are amazed to find Danish politicians biking unaccompanied through the streets. Work-life balance is a way of life here, with a standard work week that leaves plenty of time for family, hobbies, and, of course, those cozy Hygge moments. For Danes, happiness is a community project, and it seems they've cracked the code. Fact 2. No word for please. In Denmark, politeness operates in a way that can truly surprise visitors. The Danish language actually has no direct translation for the word please, which can make requests sound blunt or even abrupt to English speakers. But don't be fooled. Danish society is famously courteous, and the absence of please doesn't reflect rudeness, but rather a culture that values efficiency and mutual respect. Requests are softened by tone of voice, context, and sometimes a friendly smile, but not by extra words. This linguistic quirk is rooted in the Danish appreciation for honesty and straightforwardness. There's little tolerance for empty flattery or unnecessary formalities. If you walk into a bakery and say, "I'll have a cinnamon roll," it's perfectly acceptable. Adding a string of polite phrases would sound overly dramatic or even insincere. Danes prefer direct communication, believing actions speak louder than words. Interestingly, this doesn't mean Danes aren't warm or welcoming. It simply means they express kindness through deeds, not elaborate language. In the end, it's a refreshing reminder that real politeness is about how you treat people, not the vocabulary you use. Fact 3. The world's oldest flag. Denmark proudly claims the oldest continuously used national flag in existence, a bold red banner with a striking white cross known as the Dannebrog. According to Danish legend, this iconic flag descended from the sky during a fierce battle in the year 1219, turning the tide for Danish troops and sealing its place in the nation's heart forever. Historians agree that the Dannebrog has been the official flag of Denmark since at least the early 13th century, a record no other country can match. Over 8 centuries later, the Dannebrog is still everywhere, flying over government buildings, fluttering from cottage rooftops, and decorating cakes at birthday parties. On June 15th each year, Denmark celebrates Valdemar's Day to honor the flag's mythical origins. The simplicity of the design has inspired countless other national flags, most notably those of the other Nordic countries. For Danes, the Dannebrog is more than just a piece of cloth. It's a symbol of national identity and pride, uniting citizens from the smallest village to the capital's busy squares. Few national emblems have weathered the storms of history quite like this famous cross. Fact 4. Cozy Hygge culture. If you've ever wondered how Danes survive those long, cold Nordic winters with a smile, the answer can be summed up in a single, untranslatable word: hygge. Pronounced hygge, hygge is the Danish art of coziness, warmth, and togetherness. It's about more than just fluffy socks or flickering candles, although Danes do burn more candles per person than almost any other nation. Hygge is a lifestyle, a philosophy, and a shared national mood. Whether it's a relaxed evening with friends, a family board game by the fire, or a quiet coffee break while the wind rattles the windows, Danes know how to savor small moments of comfort. In Denmark, you'll find hygge everywhere, from homely cafes serving hot chocolate to workplaces that offer flexible hours so people can enjoy life beyond the office. The concept is so deeply rooted that Denmark's tourism campaigns, design trends, and even urban planning all take hygge into account. This passion for coziness and connection may be the reason why Denmark's people consistently report such high life satisfaction. In a world obsessed with speed, the Danes remind us to slow down and simply enjoy the glow. Fact 5. Danish pastry with Viennese roots. There is a delicious irony hiding in every flaky, buttery Danish pastry you encounter in Denmark. Despite the name, the treat actually has its origins in Austria, not Denmark. In the 1840s, a baker's strike in Copenhagen led to the hiring of several Viennese pastry chefs, who brought their own recipes and baking techniques with them. The result was the birth of what Danes call wienerbrød, meaning Viennese bread. Over time, Danish bakers made these pastries their own by introducing more butter, custard, jam, and that signature spiral shape, but the international label stuck. Today, the Danish pastry is a staple in bakeries from Copenhagen to California, celebrated for its delicate layers and rich fillings. In Denmark, you can find wienerbrød in countless varieties, from almond-filled spandauer to sugar-glazed kringler. The craft of making these pastries has become a proud national tradition, with top Danish bakers fiercely competing for the title of Best Wienerbrød each year. So next time you enjoy a Danish, remember, it's a sweet legacy of cross-cultural collaboration, proof that the Danes know how to adopt a good idea and make it truly unforgettable. Fact 6. Flatland and bike life. Denmark is famously flat, with landscapes that stretch gently as far as the eye can see, broken only by soft rolling hills and picturesque farmland. The highest natural point in the entire country, Mullehøj, rises just about 560 feet above sea level, hardly enough for a ski lift, but perfect for cycling. This geographical blessing has helped make Denmark one of the most bicycle-friendly nations on Earth. There are more than 7,500 miles of dedicated bike paths crisscrossing the country, and in cities like Copenhagen, bicycles easily outnumber cars. It is common to see government ministers, doctors, students, and business leaders all pedaling to work, rain or shine. About 4 in 10 Danes own a car, while a whopping 9 in 10 own at least one bicycle. Local infrastructure supports this lifestyle with extensive bike lanes, bike bridges, and even traffic signals designed just for cyclists. The culture of cycling is so ingrained that many children learn to ride as soon as they can walk, and entire families enjoy weekend rides together. For visitors, renting a bike isn't just a novelty. It's the best way to experience Denmark like a true local. Fact 7. Pigs outnumber people. When you think of Denmark, you might picture Vikings, bikes, or perhaps fairy tale castles. But there's another surprising Danish icon: pigs. In Denmark, pigs outnumber people by more than 2 to 1, making the country one of the world's top pork exporters. With a human population hovering around 6 million and a pig population exceeding 13 million, it's safe to say the snorting residents have the run of the place. Danish farms, often family-owned for generations, are dotted across the landscape, and pork is central to Danish cuisine, Think hearty roast pork, crispy crackling, and classic open-faced sandwiches with cured meats. Danish bacon, in particular, is a global export legend and a staple in British breakfasts. The country's success in agriculture is not accidental. Strict animal welfare standards, innovative farming practices, and an eye for efficiency keep Danish pork in high demand. For locals, it's almost a running joke. In Denmark, you're never far from a pig, and likely to meet more pigs than people on a country drive. This quirky fact may sound strange, but it's a testament to Denmark's rural traditions and enduring ties to the land. Fact 8. Cinnamon and pepper birthdays. Turning 25 in Denmark is an event you're not likely to forget, especially if you're single. Here, reaching your 25th birthday without marrying makes you the star of a uniquely Danish tradition. Friends will ambush you and cover you head to toe in cinnamon powder, often right out in public. The origins of this playful ritual date back centuries to the time of traveling spice merchants, who were notorious bachelors. If you're still single at 30, the custom escalates. The birthday honoree receives a thorough dusting of black pepper, sometimes mixed with water or eggs to ensure it sticks. This spectacle is all in good fun, with the victim often tied to a lamppost or garden chair for maximum effect, while friends and family snap photos and laughter fills the air. While these traditions might seem odd to outsiders, they're a beloved rite of passage in Denmark, with shops selling giant bags of cinnamon every spring just for the occasion. The cinnamon and pepper birthday is a cheeky, good-natured way to mark life's milestones and celebrate friendship, proving that the Danes, despite their calm reputation, aren't afraid of a little mischief. Fact 9. Historic amusement parks. Step into Denmark and you'll find a country that loves both tradition and fun, a balance best embodied by its two famous amusement parks, both among the oldest in the world. The oldest of all, Viking, opened its gates way back in 1583 in the lush Dyrehaven forest north of Copenhagen. For over 4 centuries, families have flocked here for wooden roller coasters, carnival games, and classic Danish treats, all surrounded by nature and wild deer. But the magic doesn't stop there. Copenhagen's Tivoli Gardens, opened in 1843, is a dazzling blend of old-world charm and fairy tale excitement. Tivoli's elegant gardens, twinkling lights, live concerts, and historic rides have inspired everyone from Hans Christian Andersen to Walt Disney himself. The park even features peacocks strolling the grounds and concerts in an ornate Moorish-style concert hall. Both parks still operate today, lovingly preserved and bustling with visitors, offering a timeless slice of Danish leisure. For locals, these amusement parks aren't just places for fun. They're living monuments to Danish history, community, and the simple joy of gathering together across generations. Fact 10. Lego was born here. Few toys have achieved the universal appeal and creative impact of Lego, and the story of these beloved plastic bricks begins in the heart of Denmark. In 1949, Danish carpenter Ole Kirk Christiansen and his family business in Billund created the first interlocking Lego bricks, inspired by a vision of play that encouraged children to imagine, invent, and build. The name Lego comes from the Danish words leg godt, meaning play well, a fitting motto for a company that would inspire generations worldwide. Today, Billund is home to the original LEGOLAND theme park, where visitors can marvel at giant miniature cities, ride themed roller coasters, and even visit the cutting-edge Lego house, a museum and creative playground dedicated to all things brick. Lego is now one of Denmark's greatest exports, with billions of bricks produced every year and an enthusiastic fan base stretching from Tokyo to Toronto. For Danes, Lego is more than a toy. It's a symbol of national ingenuity, quality, and playfulness, showing that even a tiny idea can build a world of possibilities. Fact 11. Hundreds of islands, endless coastline. While most people picture Denmark as a single, compact country, it is actually a sprawling archipelago, home to more than 440 named islands, with only 76 inhabited. The vast majority of Danes live on the largest islands of Zealand, Funen, and the Jutland Peninsula, but the country's many smaller islands are dotted with sleepy fishing villages, wild horses, and untamed landscapes. This abundance of islands creates a truly stunning coastline, stretching nearly 5,000 miles, more than the United States' west coast. No matter where you are in Denmark, you are never more than about 32 miles from the ocean. Ferries, bridges, and tunnels seamlessly connect island communities, making travel a breeze and maritime culture a part of daily life. The islands are a playground for sailors, kayakers, cyclists, and birdwatchers, while summer cottages line quiet beaches. For the Danish people, the sea is never far away, shaping their cuisine, history, and even their sense of freedom. It's little wonder that so many locals have a boat or spend their weekends exploring hidden coves. Here, island life is simply part of the national soul. Fact 12. Swim in the capital's harbor. Copenhagen's urban planners have pulled off something almost unheard of in modern capitals. They've made it possible for residents and visitors to swim safely in the very heart of the city. Thanks to decades of ambitious environmental reforms, the water quality in Copenhagen's harbor is so clean that you can dive right in. No need to head for the countryside. The city boasts several public harbor baths, each with sleek wooden decking, diving boards, and designated swimming lanes, all surrounded by iconic city views. On warm summer days, you'll find Danes of all ages sunbathing, splashing, and even holding swimming competitions just steps from the Parliament building. This achievement is the result of rigorous pollution controls, relentless restoration projects, and a culture that truly values the environment. For locals, taking a dip in the harbor is a point of pride, proof that a major city can blend urban life with a love for nature and clean water. It's a unique experience, swimming beneath modern skyscrapers and historic towers, while the bustle of Copenhagen carries on just a few feet away. Here, the capital itself becomes one giant open-air pool. Fact 13. A global pioneer in LGBTQ+ rights. Denmark has long been a trailblazer when it comes to social progress, and nowhere is this clearer than in its approach to LGBTQ+ rights. In 1989, Denmark became the first country in the world to legally recognize same-sex unions through registered partnerships, a full 20 years before many other Western nations. This bold step signaled Denmark's commitment to equality and set a powerful example for the world. Since then, Danish society has only grown more inclusive. Same-sex marriage was fully legalized in 2012, and discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity is strictly prohibited. Today, Denmark's major cities, especially Copenhagen, are known for their vibrant LGBTQ+ communities, celebrated annually with colorful pride parades and cultural festivals that draw participants from around the globe. The country's progressive stance has helped cultivate an environment where diversity is embraced and everyone is free to live openly. For Danes, equal rights are not just an abstract principle, they are woven into the very fabric of society. In Denmark, the fight for equality is a story of pride, activism, and quiet, everyday acceptance. Fact 14. A Thousand-Year-Old Monarchy. Few nations can boast a royal lineage as enduring as Denmark's, where the monarchy stretches back over a millennium, making it one of the oldest still functioning monarchies on Earth. The Danish royal family traces its roots to Gorm the Old, who ruled in the early 10th century during the Viking Age. Through centuries of political change, wars, and even occupation, the Danish monarchy has remained a remarkably stable institution. Today, Queen Margrethe II, beloved for her artistic flair and frank manner, continues the family legacy as Denmark's head of state. The monarchy holds a largely ceremonial role, but the Danish royals remain deeply woven into the nation's identity, drawing huge crowds at state events and holidays. Their palaces, From the fairy tale Amalienborg in Copenhagen to summer retreats on rural islands are national landmarks and major tourist attractions. The enduring popularity of the Danish royals is rooted in their accessibility and down-to-earth style, reflecting the broader Danish preference for humility and tradition. In Denmark, royalty is not about distant glamour, but about continuity, heritage, and a living connection to 1,000 years of history. Fact 15. Handball. Denmark's sporting obsession and global dominance. While football may rule in much of Europe, Denmark's true sporting passion is handball, a fast-paced, high-scoring game that electrifies stadiums and living rooms across the nation. The Danish men's national team has achieved an unprecedented 4 consecutive World Championship titles, from 2019 through 2025, solidifying the country's status as a global powerhouse in the sport. This remarkable winning streak has inspired generations of young Danes to take up the game, and handball clubs thrive in every town, from coastal villages to Copenhagen's urban heart. The sport's appeal is rooted in Danish values, teamwork, discipline, and a sense of fair play. Matches are intense but family-friendly affairs where fans of all ages gather to cheer on their heroes. National finals bring the entire country together, with millions tuning in for every goal and every dramatic save. For many Danes, handball is more than just a pastime. It's a source of national pride, a symbol of unity, and a celebration of the country's collective spirit. In Denmark, handball's legacy is as enduring as the Viking legends themselves. Fact 16. Living costs, work, and everyday life in Denmark. Moving to Denmark offers a taste of the good life, but it comes with a price tag to match. Denmark is famous for its high standard of living, and that means both comforts and costs are above the European average. Renting a modern one-bedroom apartment in Copenhagen's city center typically ranges from about 1,600 to 2,300 American dollars per month, or roughly 11,000 to 16,000 Danish kroner, while in smaller cities or towns, you might find similar comfort for 900 to 1,300 American dollars, about 6,000 to 9,000 Danish kroner. Monthly groceries for a single person often total between 350 and 500 American dollars, 2,400 to 3,400 kroner, with a loaf of bread costing around $3, 20 kroner, and a cappuccino close to $5, 34 kroner. Dining out. Expect to pay about $18 to $25, 120 to 170 kroner, for a meal at a mid-range restaurant. For newcomers, the Danish welfare state is both a blessing and an investment. Taxes are high, sometimes up to 45% of your income, but in return, residents enjoy excellent, mostly free healthcare, world-class public transport, and generous social security. Denmark's job market favors skilled professionals in IT, engineering, healthcare, education, and the green energy sector. English is widely spoken in business, though most long-term residents learn Danish to integrate fully. Permanent residency requires a work contract, steady income, and a little patience with paperwork, but expats praise Denmark's safe cities, clean air, and welcoming atmosphere. Healthcare is funded by taxes and available to all legal residents, so there are no monthly insurance bills. If you fall ill, visits to your doctor or hospital are generally covered. Schools, both public and private, rank among the best in Europe, and families benefit from generous parental leave and universal childcare options. Whether you're arriving for a job, studies, or just a change of pace, Denmark offers a lifestyle built on security, trust, and social balance. If you're willing to invest, you get a country that truly takes care of its people. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Denmark's most surprising secrets and fascinating traditions. If you enjoyed these facts, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss out on the next adventure. I would love to hear your thoughts. Tell me in the comments which fact surprised you the most, or share any extra tips and corrections about life in Denmark. Your feedback, corrections, and suggestions are always welcome and help make this channel even better for everyone. See you in the next episode, and as always, every single comment gets a reply from me.